Hi, I'm Stella McCardie and I am a swimmer at the University of Connecticut. It doesn't compare. Being a student athlete at UConn, you're not just part of the team of your sport, but you're part of like a bigger student athlete community. You are treated differently than athletes that are not students. You're held to a higher standard than they are, It's a way of life out there, you live and breathe for your sport and you get your degree and it's so compartmentalized, you do your sport and then you do your work and there's so much support out there to help you excel in both. And, when you're at home for your club team or for your school, it's comfortable, your training's comfortable, your environment's comfortable. The whole point of being a student athlete is that it's uncomfortable, you're pushed out your limits. It's not what you can do, but what you might be able to do, what you could do. And you're pushed to excel and pushed to your limits and pushed to see what you could do and what you're capable of. And I think that's the kind of nature and culture about being a student athlete, especially at UConn, it's such a big sporting school. It's busy. So I tend to start my day at 5:20 or 5:30. Then I have lift at 6 and an hour of swim at 7. And then we'll have a team breakfast. So all the girls will come together and we'll eat breakfast together, talk about our day, what our day looks like, our plans or whatever, if we were going to meet up that night. And then I'll have classes, so maybe like 9:30 start my classes, and then they'll go on to 12:31, something like that. Then I'll either study or I'll nap. And then I have afternoon practice, and that's from 3:15 to 5:15, and that changes every day, whether it's power work, main stroke, recovery, pre-meet, pre-race. And then we also have dinner and might, go to the union or like the dining hall. And then sometimes I have a class or I'll go to study hall. Like the first semester I had a late night class and I've got a late night class this semester as well. So my major is history and I do a minor in film studies. And history was something I was good at school and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. So I just thought history is a good platform degree to law, business, communications. And I'd do something I loved because that would make it easier to, balance the hard work in the degree. So yeah, that's what I do. It raises your standard is the most simple way to say that, For me, I'm competing against at the NCAA Olympians, the best athletes in your field. And so it makes you want to be better. It makes you want to try and reach their level. And even your own team at your own university, there are girls who've come to swimming from so many different backgrounds we have a high level team and they raise your standard just in a training session. So being part of an NCAA sport, it just pushes you to be better. So at UConn, I would say we have really good support for international students. So first of all, at the start of my freshman year, international students came for an international orientation. So that was 5 days before the regular student body arrived. And that, showed you the facilities, showed you the tour around campus, showed you the different support you could have, the health centre, stuff like that. It gave you a better understanding in a more catered way about what UConn was like and how it's so different from, where you come from and what unis are like at home. And we also have an international student centre, and that can help you with things from taxes to admin, your I-90 form to come back home, or just general questions. And they also host events for different cultural centres and for different student athletes, as well as offering job opportunities. And they're open at all times, so if you couldn't go home for a break, they would be there, or during term time. So I think we have quite a good substantial support there. So I originally didn't start with First Point. I had my times on SwimCloud and started getting contacted by a bunch of unis and quickly realised how much I needed First Point because I was overwhelmed so quickly by the different offers and what they meant and what was good and what was bad and if I should negotiate something or blah blah blah. So I quickly found First Point via another swimmer who'd gone to Florida the year before, and immediately it was just obvious that they're so good at what they do, from helping me work out what was a good offer, what was a bad offer, to my visa application. I could not have done that. Is a minefield. I could not have done that without their help. And getting to London, making sure I had all the documents, prepping me on what visa questions would be asked, and then to basic admin, helping me sign my actual documents and talking me through what that would look like in the contract, and then to a packing list 2 weeks before I go. They had my back and helped me navigate it every step of the way, and I really literally wouldn't be out there if it wasn't for them. It was something that played at the back of my mind for a while. I knew about it. But it wasn't something I really thought about till the beginning of my 6th year. I was quite late to the process. I didn't really start looking at it at the beginning of my 6th year. And sport, when you play sport, you don't succeed like this. It's up and down. It's not, you plateau for periods. And so my relationship with swimming was, I wasn't sure if it was something I wanted to commit to. But then as I started my 6th year, I was none of the other UK options were really like exciting me the way that, you know, going to America was. So I still used UCAS, I still applied to my 5 options, but even before I heard back, I kind of decided that that's just what I wanted to do. And it was actually one really persistent coach at Purdue that made me go, no, this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, they value me and look at what they have to offer in comparison to, you know, my other UK options. The school spirit, got to be the school spirit. Like, on a daily basis you see so many people wearing UConn tops or sweatshirts or pants to class. Like, there's so much pride in our school, and especially because we have such a good sporting, like, you know, community and sporting school, but also our basketball teams. Like, we had Paige Beckers, our women just became national champions, our men were double national champions like 2 years ago. So people are just so proud to be part of UConn, and I think that creates like such an atmosphere at the school. Everyone wants to be there, everyone's like living through the sports, and that's such a cool thing to be part of as a student athlete. And also just my team, like, they're literally like your family out there. Like, for me, it's having a group of 30 sisters basically. You know, they're with you when you laugh, hold you when you cry, you know, for the wins and the losses, the team travel, you know, your weekends where you go to the cinema or you go into town or whatever. Like, they're with you, literally, you live and breathe with them. So they're my favourite part of it, I think, and I'm looking forward to seeing them when I go back. Do it, like, definitely 100% do it. It will change your life. Like, it might seem scary. I remember sitting on the plane, looking out the window, leaving Glasgow and being like, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing? But, you know, university is going to be a change, like, wherever you do it, whether it's in Scotland or in the US. This will actually change your life. Like, seriously, it is the best decision I have ever made. It just enhances not only your education, but your sporting, and, like, you know, expands your horizons as to what is possible. All the scary things will go away as soon as you, like, set foot on campus or have that first practice. Like, don't let your worry hold you back, because it is, like, the best thing you'll ever do. Definitely. Honestly, I don't know, but I don't think I'm ready to leave the US quite yet. You know, I only had 1 year under my belt, but it really showed me what is out there. And I think whether I do a post-grad or whether I try and find, like, swimming, like, in a coaching way, or, you know, get involved in the university some other way, I don't think my US journey is ready to end after 4 years. I think I'll probably try and stay out there a little bit longer, if not a lot longer.